Well, hello, my beautiful Gemini. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your singles love reading for mid-June right through to mid-July 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Gemini, this is your singles love reading. I'm going to get your overarching energy first and then follow it with a Celtic cross just to see who is coming in your way. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know regarding their singles love life? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of at this time? Can you please show them the way? Who is coming towards them? What do they need to know? What is the message for their love life at this time? Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please? Oh no, I thought they wanted that card, but no. Now your first card there is the heart. So you're definitely a magnet for love at this moment in time because this is your protagonist energy. But I feel a lot of you are going through a personal development stage where you are opening yourself up to self-care. I definitely see that you're becoming emotionally secure within yourself, and I feel, you know, this is about becoming comfortable in your own skin, building confidence, getting to know yourself a little bit more, and falling in love with your life, okay? Because when you do those things, you know, of course, you change your frequency and you affect unconditional love for self, and then you become a magnet for love. And your first card there, it indicates that now you are opening yourself up to love. This is a card that indicates that you are open-hearted, that you are trying to find pockets or moments in life to be playful, to go out there and have fun. You're following your heart. You're completely aligned with your heart. But with the book there, it's in the resistance position. Some of you, things have been pretty difficult and you have a lot of responsibility on your shoulders. You may have felt that you have had other priorities in life, and it doesn't mean that you didn't want love. It just meant that your focus was elsewhere. Now, some of you also may have opened yourself up to a course of study, but I feel this is more about being the student of life, knowing more about yourself, and that's why you've been put on pause briefly. And I do see that you are attracting love at this time because this is your overarching energy. Doesn't matter how old you are either. I do get a lot of comments in the boxes below saying, you know, I'm a certain age. It probably means that I've passed my age to get love. That's not true at all. When you are vibing at a frequency of love, whether you are 99 years of age or whether you are 19 years of age, if you are vibing at a frequency of love right now, which you are, you're attracting someone to come in. And again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. You did get the man at the end, and we will get to that when we get to it. But the man in the LENORMAND deck, it represents action, okay? It represents change. It represents you basically going after whatever it is that you desire with your focus at this time. Now, of course, we have the book and it's in the resistance position. So this is an indication that some of you are releasing ancestral wounding or family patterns, cycles of repeat. You may be looking at things that you experienced in your childhood that may have played out in your own life. So for example, when you were younger, if you witnessed parents or guardians divorcing, perhaps you may have noticed that you have a certain way of conducting yourself in love because you may have basically a root kind of energy where you fear that putting your whole heart and soul into a relationship, there's abandonment issue there, or it can indicate that perhaps that you've seen that love doesn't last for the long term sometimes, and you're trying really hard to believe in love because you're a Gemini, so you have that duality about you. So part of you, and even if you did not experience that when you were younger, because this is the card of like history, I feel definitely you're closing a chapter of your life that has been hard, and now you're ready for new love. So some of you may have been in a high level commitment where you separated or were disappointed in the way that it went, and that chapter is now closed. So a lot of you have been getting closure. But even if you did not witness when you were younger, parents or guardians divorcing or separating or not being around for each other, I feel this is an energy here where, because you have that sense of duality, you always see both sides. So you see this kind of like energy of you diving into love and giving like 100%, body, mind, and soul, really merging with a person. And then the other part of you is kind of like a little bit detached or almost like observing sometimes or examining the relationship and what makes it work, what makes it not work. So I feel sometimes you may fluctuate in your energy process in love, and it makes you sometimes be very cerebral about love, is what I'm being given there. But I feel, you are finding the balance of the two as you start to mature. Because remember, the man in the Lenormand deck also means maturity. As you get older, you start to really know what it is that you want in love and in a person, and certainly what it is that you do not want. So, that book can represent knowledge, that you now know what it is that you want. For some of you, you're literally writing a book, or you're focusing on some sort of project, and it's taken up a lot of your time and your focus, and you're either coming to an end of it, or you're starting to realize that, you don't want to waste time, and you're opening yourself up to new experiences. But I'm really getting a strong energy here of learning, of study. So some of you could have put yourself on a course of learning, or perhaps this is something that you've delayed for a while, but it's always been in the back of your mind, and now you want to pursue it. So I'm definitely picking up on that energy there as well. Now, what else am I getting with this? I mean, it is number 26 when you reduce it. Of course, 2 plus 6 is 8, which is the number of the self. So that tells me that you have been learning a lot about who you are and what it is that you want in life in general, not just, not just in love, shall we say. Also, I feel like you are discovering, what you're capable of in life. And I feel, that you have a certain level of ambition, of course. I feel like you have been super focused on certain responsibilities, tasks, maybe even been a carer where you're looking after family, children, or parents, for example, because I feel like there's this energy of pressure where you may have been under a lot, but some of you may have even committed yourself to your goals, as in your ambition, your success story, as it were. And I feel right now, with the heart being in the protagonist energy, some of you may have put yourself like almost on hold from dating for a while, withdrawn from the dating scene, just to know more about your path, your spiritual journey. And now it just feels like you're ready. Okay, and with this card here, this is all about action. This is the outcome energy. Now, this can indicate like a new person coming into your life, okay, that there is sudden movement and improvement in your love situation. But the main energy I'm getting from this, and this is exactly what the card means, which is to take action. It is to be ready. It is to influence your circumstances by doing something for you that will lead to a new place or a new face, or meeting someone that has a profound impact on your life. So, looking at your overarching energy so far, it's interesting because I'm being given this energy of sequences, which is random. 2, 6, 8, 2, 6, 8, 10. For some reason 4 is missing. I'm not really sure why that is, but I'm being given 2, 6, 8, 10. But when I look at your cards, if I actually add up the numbers, like 24 there, if I add it up, 2 plus 4 is 6, and then of course 2 plus 6 is 8, and then of course 2 plus 8 is 10. So I'm actually, maybe your first card is going to be 2, I'm not sure, but I'm just being given this energy of sequences. Now, this may be relevant to someone out there. I'm not really sure how. I got to be honest. I'll always be honest and say, you know what? I have no clue why I'm being given that energy. So maybe it's relevant for you in particular. I mean, for example, it could be that you or the person you're about to meet is a mathematician or deals in sequences in your work environment. If you are in a working environment, if you're retired, it could be something you used to do. Look at sequences or patterns. So please take it as it resonates. No, we got a 1. We got an ace there. Okay, so look at your numerical synchronicity, really, and your energy. I mean, Ace of Cups is, you know, you're ready for love, but also there is a divine love coming in, and your first card there is the heart. So this really tells me that love is surrounding you right now, but I also feel like you are making a concerted effort to romance your life in some way, to embrace the whimsy, to really open yourself up to things that you love doing, following your passions. We've got a flipper there. We've got the 10 of Pentacles there. So a lot of you, there is a marriage in the future for you. I definitely see that some of you are calling in your soulmate where there is a high level commitment. You will marry this person if that's what you're looking for. On the earthly plane, we got the King of Swords. I'm not surprised to see that because that is, of course, a Gemini card. So I feel right now you are deeply reflective about what it is that you want. You're in a state of learning. You are analyzing, you know, life in general. You're also being very decisive about what it is that you want, being organized in your everyday as much as possible because the world has become a very chaotic and serious place in the last couple of years. So I feel you are trying to find your place in the world that we're in at the moment, as it were. And we've got the 7 of Swords there. I mean, for some of you beautiful Geminis, you may have gone through a divorce or a separation where there was trust issues, or you may have felt like you were betrayed in some way. But I just get a huge energy of independence, of empowering yourself. There's your 2. It's interesting because it's in the sequence here. I mean, it's shown up in this position, so it's covering these cards. So again, like 2, 6, 8, 10, but there's no 4. Maybe the 4 is going to be relevant because it comes out at the end. I'm not really sure. Just such a random thing to get there. 2 of Swords is an energy of taking a pause, reflecting. And we have that 5 of Pentacles there. We've got the 6 of Swords. You're going to be divinely guided towards this person. I do see that some of you have been going through some difficult times personally. And it's almost like waiting for the right moment. We've got 2 of Pentacles. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. There are 2 cards here. 8 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles. Absolutely. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Good Angels. Some of you are working on yourself after a separation is the main energy I've got coming here. Now, you could have separated from someone years ago. We've got 3 of Wands. There is someone coming in. I almost want to go again, but I'm actually going to listen to my guides and move on, and then I'll actually clarify the end card, because the 3 of Wands indicates that you're aligning yourself with your heart's desire at this time, and that there are opportunities coming your way for you to be talking to someone new. We have the Page of Swords here. So I feel like, you know, there is going to be some sort of conversation, someone you're going to be curious about. It's definitely a new person that's coming in here with the Page of Swords, because that's a new focus. But also there is the potential here that someone that you already know is very curious about what you're up to or what your heart is doing right now. So I will tap into that when we get there. But your first card is the Ace of Cups. Now, a lot of you, this is a main energy of, you know, filling your own cup of love first with unconditional love. So I feel like you have so much love to offer. You are a wonderful person. You have a beautiful heart, and, you know, you're so healing, supportive, nurturing, and you just have a lot of love to give. But I feel you've also been learning that you are lovable, okay? And that's sometimes a very difficult lesson to learn for all of us, of course. But this Ace of Cups indicates right now you're attracting love. You're attracting a soulmate. I feel like you have been saving yourself almost for the one. Deep down, there's a conservation energy with this card. But also, I get this sense of, you know, you romancing your life, and an opportunity is coming your way, okay? But I also feel that there's this energy of doing things that you love, okay? So it's a give and take universe. So basically, everything you put out, you know, it will come back to you. It may not come back immediately, but it will come back to you. So I feel like, you know, you are being love. You're being the catalyst for change in your life. And therefore, you're putting out frequencies of love, of care, of devotion, kindness, all of those things, generosity, and it's going to come back to you in the form of a person. So I do see that there is someone coming your way. And the Ten of Pentacles is the crossing card. And what I mean by that is you read both sides of the card, okay? So the Ten of Pentacles, it means a secure relationship. It means marriage if you're looking for a high-level commitment. But it can also indicate, with that Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, it can indicate some of you had a divorce or a separation, or you, some of you may have family responsibilities at this time, and that's taken priority. And that's okay, because when the moment is right, the right person will appear for you. Also, I see a lot of you, although you want love, of course, I feel like you're just trying to secure yourself in the world that we live in right now. I feel like you're trying to find financial security. You're trying to basically secure your emotions and feel safe in the world that you have built for yourself. Also, I feel there's something here about family, okay? So I feel some of you may be noticing patterns or cycles of repeat that have played out in your heritage in some way. And you may notice that you have been given the really hard task of having to end an ancestral cycle, okay? And you can feel it really hard, but I feel like you're passing a test. You're doing a really great job because you've got that Six of Swords there. That is the test. Okay, the test indicates that you've passed it. It's almost like you've been through a rite of passage, a transition period, and now you're being guided towards something greater, something better, because you are releasing old habits, and basically you're cutting out anything that no longer serves a purpose in your life in a positive way, okay? Now, what's on the earthly plane? This is what is below you. And this, of course, is the King of Swords. This is a Gemini energy, and this is a card of strategic thought, okay? So you're thinking about taking action in love. For some of you, it could be that you've put yourself online dating or trying it out. Some of you may have put yourself on an app or something like that. It may not be for you, or it may be. I'm picking up on energies either side. So I feel however it is you want to conduct your relationships or find love at this time, because, you know, if you live like in the middle of nowhere, for example, it's really hard to connect to people, then of course online may be a route that you are wanting to discover. But if you are someone who lives in the hustle and bustle of life, then you could be going to events or places that put you in a position to meet new people. But with this King of Swords, I really get an energy here of you open to communication with somebody. And for some of you, you may have met somebody already and you're communicating with this person and you're wondering where it's going. I feel like you're trying to remain as detached as possible, even though you have feelings, or it feels like this person is touching places that other people can't touch when it comes to your heart at this moment in time, and you're wondering where it is going. Well, the Three of Wands, I feel like you and this person, you're aligning yourself with your feelings, with your heart. But I do feel that you and this person, right now, it feels like you're sussing each other out or getting to know each other a little bit more. So it will be a slow process, but I feel like you're developing a deep bond with each other through communication, which is perfect, because sometimes people, they rush into things, and then of course there's no foundation. But I feel you've promised yourself that you are going to create a foundation here. Now, there are a lot of swords in your reading. So right now I feel this is about you opening yourself up to talking to someone new. There's a little bit of guardedness here. So some of you may have, as I said, had a difficult experience in love and withdrawn for a while. But what I see here is you are currently taking some time out to really think about what it is you want, to really, sit with your mind, sit with your thoughts, take a break in order to reflect and remain in a peaceful state of mind. I actually feel like you are building a very peaceful state without drama. And it feels very much like you want to protect your peace of mind. So part of you is like, you really would like love, but does it come at a price of, drama? Well, the right person will not. It will feel easy. So I want you to be aware of that. But that King of Swords right now, I feel like there's an international energy about this as well. So some of you could be meeting someone who's at a distance or overseas or from overseas, or you are traveling. I mean, looking at your cards, we got the Six of Swords. So some of you could have some travel coming up, or a quick trip away, and you may meet someone where you travel to, but there will be a slight distance when you, of course, return. So you may need to open lines of communication. I feel like you'll keep in contact, absolutely, and then, of course, it will develop over time. For those of you who have not met anybody, I do see someone coming in, but I would say the next 6 weeks, looking at the energy, I feel like you're focused a lot on you and getting some closure to a past situation. Now, it doesn't have to be a high-level commitment that you're getting closure on. It could be some sort of traumatic experience you had, or some of you, if you were bullied when you were younger, it could be that you are getting over that. I mean, when someone is bullied, okay, it may not be something that's present in your mind every single day, but when you start to get into an intimate relationship with someone, suddenly we start to feel exposed. We start to feel a little bit cautious about opening ourselves up because in the past we may have been judged, or there's just this tentative energy about opening oneself up to another coming through. So some of you, it could be something that you've experienced in the past and you may be hesitant, but again, with the right person, they're going to give you that safe space to be your wonderful, authentic self. So I feel both of you are completely in alignment when you meet this person. Now, we do have the Seven of Swords there. This is in your past position. So if you have been cheated on in the past, or you've had someone betray you in some way, I definitely see that that's in the past. You're closing that chapter. That is not going to happen again. You've ended that cycle, okay? But also the Seven of Swords, whilst it does connect sometimes to that sort of betrayal energy, the history of this card is all about independence. It's about, marching to the beat of your own drum, living a life that perhaps other people don't understand, but you're living on your own terms. And this is about you yearning for independence. So I see a lot of you, even though you're in a solitary energy, you're trying to fall in love with your own life. You're trying to enjoy your single time, because when the moment is right, then of course you will, merge with another person, but you will not lose your sense of identity in that relationship. Now, the Seven of Swords can also be a card that indicates that you've just tried to eradicate drama from your life, okay? If you know the Seven of Swords in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there's a figure who removes 5 swords and runs off. Now, my guides actually want me to show you the card. For those who do not know the card, I'm sure the most of you do know this card. Can you please show me where this is? Thank you so much. Now, this figure, I want you to be aware that the card is yellow, okay? And any cards that are yellow or golden in Tarot, they tend to be very positive. So the figure is actually running away with 5 swords and leaving 2 swords behind. So the history is that the figure is actually trying to remove the weaponry from the army to find a solution, to find a diplomatic solution that does not require... I'm being told it's at the beginning, but I thought this, I always get this wrong. I always feel this is the beginning because this is the beginning of the deck, but it must be closer to me here. Okay. So this figure is removing the weaponry here from the army, which is in the background. This is the history of the card. So, I feel that some of you have actually become super independent, living life on your own terms, just to remove the drama, to, bring in more peace of mind. But also, this card, it can indicate that in the past, things may have moved too quickly, and you may have missed some red flags with people in the past, and now you're slowing the pace a little bit. So I really feel this energy of you being in a protective energy. This card really displays that, it's almost like you're off grid, or you've been hidden away for a little bit in order to just get to know yourself on a deeper level. I mean, what is above you? We've got the Two of Swords right now. Two of Swords, you can't see how anyone is coming into your life right now unless you've just met somebody, but I feel the majority of you who've come to this reading right now, you can't see how life can change. And it can change just like that, okay? So I want you to be aware of that. When the moment is right, the universe will orchestrate a meeting between you and a person. You must follow your heart, okay? So if you have a whispering to go to an event, a festival, I mean, right now with the Three of Wands, I'm feeling travel, but there could be like a group of you going somewhere or preparing to go somewhere, because I feel there is change. But with the Three of Wands there as your outcome card, it tells me there's a group of people or people coming together to do something, but I can't really identify the energy. So I will try when I get there, because I'm not even getting invitation energy just yet. So I will pull some cards on it when I get there. But the Two of Swords, I mean, this is a card of temporary timeout in order to basically remain in a peaceful state of mind. But also it feels like stalemate. So some of you, if you are talking to someone new, some of you may be wondering, as I said, where it's going, and it may feel like it's plateaued to a certain kind of point, and I feel like you're wondering, is it going to step into the next stage? I would say not in the month of June. I would say more into July, maybe the end of July. You'll know a little bit more of where you stand with that person, but I will pull a card on it when I get there. In the near future, because this is the next 6 weeks, we've got the Eight of Pentacles. 8 is the number of the self, and 8 basically can indicate that you are investing in you right now and your projects. Also, this is a card of learning. So the main energy I would say that I'm getting from this group in particular, and this may not resonate with everyone, but I have to give you what I can feel. So don't try to make it fit if it doesn't. I see some of you, there's some course of learning or study that you may have put on hold or delayed that you are either going to book or you're taking in the next 6 weeks. Okay. Now this could be, it doesn't have to be that you're going to learn about history or that you're going to learn about science. It can be that you're going to pick up a hobby and go to a group where you can hone your skills in that arena. Or it could be that you are upskilling for work, for example, if you are in a career. If you're retired, it could be that you're going to learn something in the community or learn something at a local event where you open yourself up to something that you're really curious about. So please apply it to your situation. But the Eight of Pentacles, this is all about you, okay? Now also, the Eight of Pentacles is about repetitive cycles. So some of you, with that Five of Pentacles there with it, it kind of indicates that, you know, if you've been hiding yourself away or just doing life because you have a lot of responsibilities, it's time to break out of a cycle. You know, this card is a card of abandonment. So it can indicate abandonment issues that perhaps you've been resolving within yourself, but also it can indicate the two cards together. It's really interesting. I rarely get two cards in this position, so this is quite unique. This can be abandon the routine. Okay, so it means come out of the comfort zone. And I'm actually being given a song right now. Oh, this is a very famous song. I think it's even come up in a reading, maybe in the last year, but I can't really remember for which sign. It sounds so familiar. Ooh, Baby, I Love Your Way is the song. I think it's called just I Love Your Way. I'm not really sure. It's definitely by Peter Frampton. And I'll just give you the lyrics that I'm being given. Shadows grow so long before my eyes, and they're moving across the page. Suddenly the day turns into night. Don't hesitate. Don't wait. Okay. I feel like I was given parts of the song there, not something that was completely in the flow. So I feel that's something that my guides wanted you to be aware of. I mean, of course, time waits for no person, and you may not have had the opportunity to meet someone in your circumstances right now, but the opportunity is arising, is what I see. Now listen out for that song, because it may be relevant. When you hear that song, it indicates that, you know, you're taking action or you're doing something for you, because 8, remember, is the number of the self, and whatever it is that you're doing, I feel this puts you in the path to meet this new person. So I feel like, you know, now is the time, is the energy that I'm getting from this position. Now, the Five of Pentacles, it can also indicate that it's difficult. Sometimes it's difficult to get out of a routine, but, you know, I feel like you will find a way to shape your life or streamline your life in some way in order to create space for love. And that Five of Pentacles, it can also indicate not only is it difficult, but you may feel there's a shortage of people that you could find interesting or have a spark with. I see a lot of you also feeling this sense of like struggle in your own life. I feel like you've got things going on right now that are on your mind. But again, I feel there is a shift happening for you. And I mean, I feel there's this energy of closing a chapter in your life where you felt you loved and lost. And I feel one of the lessons that you're meant to learn as well is you tend to sacrifice a lot in love because you don't fall in love easily. So when you found someone, they are truly special because, you know, you are not someone who gives away your heart. You're fiercely guarding your independence as a Gemini. But I feel when you meet this new person who comes in, then everything changes. Now we do have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is in your advice position. So this indicates that you're going through a difficult time, but you can feel that you're coming out of it. Six of Swords indicates you're being guided. And I really want you to be aware that when someone or something is removed from our life, we may feel it's rejection, or we may feel that something didn't go our way and it's disappointment. But the universe is removing people, places, situations from your life because they're guiding you towards something greater. So I want you to be aware of that. That Six of Swords energy indicates you're being guided to something better right now, and you're being brought out of difficulty. But some of you, especially if you've been through some traumatic experiences in life, you can feel like you've been almost conditioned to expect the worst. So some of you are like, you know what, love's not coming. I know it. I feel it. The end. And of course, it's very important to recognize that thoughts become things, and you are commanding your thoughts right now, or in command of your thoughts, should I say, because I really get this sense that, you know, if you believe that love is not coming for you, then you will be right, because you lose the motivation and the drive to put yourself in a situation to find love. And of course, if you believe love is coming, then you are also right, because you are becoming the magnet to attract love. And looking at this card as your first card and the Ace of Cups, you are believing that love is going to come your way, and you are right. You're being guided there. Also, the Six of Swords, some of you are taking a trip or some sort of travel, and I feel this is potentially somewhere where you learn. I mean, for some of you, it could be a spiritual retreat where you're learning a little bit more about yourself, your psyche, and you may have to travel there. For some of you, it doesn't have to be overseas, but I am getting a very international energy. So either you're going to like a local course of learning, but there is someone who is from overseas on that course that captures your attention. Either way, I feel like there's some sort of international energy. You'll travel a lot with this new person who's coming in. Now we have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is in the external circumstances. You're very busy right now, pushed and pulled in many different directions, multitasking, but also this can be a card that indicates that you need to be a little bit more in the flow of life or get in the rhythm of life, because you may have felt that there's a lack of balance right now, and I feel like you're just finding your way. But also, interesting that that song was called "Ooh Baby, I Love Your Way." I feel like you're finding your way, but what I'm being given with this card is also an energy of inconsistency. So some of you may feel at certain moments, so you really want to be finding love, and then the next moment you're like, you know what, I'm good by myself. Or you feel that you really want to be in a high level commitment, and then you're not so sure, or you just don't have the energy or the space to allow love in. So I feel this energy of trying to really sort of focus on what it is that you want at this time. But I'm going to pull a quick card, because the Two of Pentacles, it can also indicate that you got options, especially since you've got it in combination with the Three of Wands. These cards, they always work together. So I want to see what's going on there. Can you please guide my beautiful Gemini? What do they need to know? Ooh, okay. Well, we got a Queen of Swords, so there's definitely someone who is your vibrational match coming in, and we got the Strength card. Okay, so you're vibing at a frequency where you are meeting a divine counterpart, someone who is equally kind of independent, someone who is very self-assured, someone who knows what they want. Again, male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. I see two independent people who've been through a lot coming together, and, you know, the lesson that both of you had to learn was self-love, was to be bold and daring, to do something for you. And I feel, you know, you are basically meeting someone who is one tough cookie like you, okay? Someone who actually has a very open heart, someone who has either strong Libra or Leo in their chart. It doesn't have to be sun, moon, or rising, but they actually have a bit of a mix is what I'm being given, but they have really strong aspects. this person is very romantic, actually, even though they're presenting as a Queen of Swords, which is someone who is very decisive about what they want, very straightforward, okay? What you see is what you get with this person, and I think you really love that brutal honesty and that level of authenticity about this new person who's coming in. This person, you know, they've been erecting healthier boundaries in their life, and you've been learning about unconditional love. And together, I feel both of you, when you meet each other, it feels like you've met your purpose. It just feels like it's right, okay? So, yeah, this Two of Pentacles, it doesn't really kind of indicate that there are options. It feels very much like as soon as you meet this new person, you know that they are the one, okay? But also that Queen of Swords can indicate an aspect of self. It can indicate that, you know, now is the time to get organized, have clarity of purpose, to really open yourself up to being really honest and saying, okay, I'm super busy, but am I using this kind of busyness energy as an excuse not to come out of my comfort zone? Don't shoot the messenger when I say that. I feel like this is a period of analysis where you're really looking at your life. Is there a pocket of opportunity for you to go to events or find yourself in a place where you can open yourself up to meeting new people? And if the answer is yes, then of course I feel like you're taking that course of action at this time. And if the answer is no, maybe something a little bit more online would be more beneficial with your very fast-paced life, is what I'm being given. But ultimately, Page of Swords, someone new coming in. There's going to be lots of messaging back and forth. This is someone who is very honest. There's a lot of swords here, as I said. So truth is so important. So this person, they are someone who of integrity. I feel... I'm being shown a dice right now in the water because I'm scrying at the same time as doing a reading. So either this means take a chance on this relationship because I feel this is destiny, this is fate. You're meant to meet this new person, but also it could mean that you're about to randomly find a dice somewhere, whether it's on the sidewalk or in your home, randomly down the sofa or something like that. So look out for a dice. I mean, it could be images of a dice that you'll see before you meet this person, or perhaps, you know, you and this person, when you meet, you discover that either this person works or used to work at a place that had like a dice logo, or maybe you do. So again, I'll just leave it like that because I can't really decode it any further. This is a hope and a fear position. You need someone you can talk to, someone you can really like hash out the day with, someone who really understands you on a cerebral level, someone who has... the IQ to kind of match your thoughts and your questionings of the universe and life in general. Of course, you need someone who's loving and kind, but also you need someone that you can sustain a conversation with, someone who's interesting, someone who really gets you on that level. But also, I feel, you know, this position, the hope and a fear, is you want someone who's honest, especially since you've got the Seven of Swords here. And of course, you know, I feel like you don't want anyone who brings drama or sort of like bad news to your door. I mean, who would want that? Nobody. But I feel, you know, you don't want someone who is very secretive, where you have to play a guessing game as to how they feel. You don't want a game player, okay? And maybe that's what the dice is about. You know, you don't really want a game player. And when you meet this new person, it just feels right. There's no games. Both of you are really open about what it is you want for the future. And, you know, we can fall in love with a person and they can fall in love with us madly back. But if we're not aligned with what we want for the future, if our goals are not the same, then of course it's misalignment, even though there's feelings. So I feel, you know, some of you may have encountered that in previous people, but everything's about to change here for you now. Now we have the Three of Wands as your outcome energy. Three of Wands is options. It's also a card of going somewhere with a group of people, expansion, travel. This is a card that indicates that because you've aligned yourself with your heart, because you have the heart card and the Ace of Cups, now the action happens. You're making really great choices for yourself, and there is an array of opportunities headed in your direction. So let me now pull a card to see those of you who are already talking to someone new, seeing where it's going, and for those of you who have not met anybody, where the next steps are, okay? So if you've met someone already and you're talking to them and you're wondering how it's going, let's see what's coming out there for you in this connection. We've got the Five of Cups, we've got the Nine of Swords. Okay, so for some of you, if you're questioning where this relationship is going, I feel therein lies the answer, okay? Because with the right person, you will know where you stand. There'll be really no questioning about it. I mean, for some of you, what I'm getting with that Five of Cups, especially since we got a Five of Pentacles there, I feel you and this person, you may have been a little bit conflicted. Perhaps some of you are getting over a grief situation, or you are lamenting a past situation. I mean, maybe the person you're talking to, they are still not ready for a connection long term. Doesn't mean it's not going to develop into anything. I feel, in the next 6 weeks, I feel with that Five of Cups, you're going to be disappointed that it hasn't really moved on any further than it is right now. And some of you with that Nine of Swords, you may start to overthink it. I would say don't overthink this, have faith, because the Eight of Wands tells me that it will start to move forward at a quicker pace, but I feel it needs to be organic, okay? So I feel, again, the same energy came up. Both of you are kind of feeling your way through this to see where it's going. I feel like you're not wanting to rush into anything with this person, and they don't want to rush in either. So I would just say, you know what? Just enjoy the ride. Just enjoy the moment with this person, and it will start to develop. But if we start to really crush it, question it, of course you don't want to waste your time. But if you are starting to think, hang on a minute, this isn't really going in the direction that I was hoping for, then I actually see you taking a step back and owning your time. And then someone else could come rushing in afterwards if you've decided to step away from this. But if you're not really questioning it and thinking, you know what, this is really nice, I'm enjoying it, then just keep enjoying it, because I feel like both of you are just feeling your way through this. And I feel both of you have had experiences where it has made you quite detached from love. Not that you don't want it, it feels like you've been very protective, and they have also, and it's about dropping the shield. So it will take time, but it's a very rewarding relationship long term, okay? Some of you may even go on a trip or travel with that person in the next coming months, and it will basically reveal a lot more feelings in the connection. Now, for those of you who are not connected to anybody, let's see what's coming after the 6 weeks. We've got the Ace of Pentacles and the King of Swords, okay? So there's an opportunity coming your way, a healthy relationship, divine intervention. Ace of Pentacles is always gifted from the universe, and it is the start of something that has a lot of potential. So I feel, by you investing in yourself, you're attracting someone who will invest in you also to the same degree, and I feel, it's the start. So I would say if you're not talking to anybody at this moment in time, I would say the next 6 weeks are all about you. Enjoy it. Do things for you. Have fun. After that, everything changes. And I feel you're going to have a lot more fun as well with someone else. But I feel this time is yours. So really invest in yourself and do things whimsically for yourself. Fall in love with your life and just enjoy the moment, because you're awesome and this is your time. So, you're about to be joined very, very soon by somebody else. We've got maturity and we've got soul connection. So definitely someone coming in, but it's all about divine timing. As you can see, we've got maturity there, and it is number 6. And it's the sunflower. And the sunflower is a recognition that as you mature, you only go where your heart feels happy. Okay, you cut out those toxic relationships or experiences. The Sun card and also the Queen of Wands always has the sunflower on it, because it's a choice. It's a decision to go where you're happiest. And the sunflower, it organically moves throughout the day by following the sun. So I feel like this is your time, and you're deciding to do things that you are happy with for you. And of course, you are going to draw in a soul connection. So I do see soulmate coming in. And when you reduce it, 4 plus 2 is also 6. And of course, 6 is the number of the Lovers card, which is also a Gemini card. So that's 2 6s to indicate balance, harmony, and a soul connection coming your way. Okay. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Ooh. Okay, we only got 1 rune. So this is an interesting rune. It's the wind rune, actually. It's all about harmony. It's all about blessings coming your way, joy and affection, and, focusing on your desires at this time. And I really feel that you're protected and redirected during this time towards all that your heart desires. Trust the process is what I'm being given, okay? So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you. Very complex, but there we are. We're all very complex at some point. And if it does resonate in some way, shape or form, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. It lets you know when I update my next message, and it lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is actually very, very important for me too. Okay? So thank you so much, my beautiful Gemini, and love and light.